Hello everyone, and welcome to Rough Magic Presents Starfinder 2nd Edition. If you're joining us for the first time today, welcome. I am your GM, Richard, and with me are Charlotte, Ted, Morgan, Michael, Isaac. We are very excited to be here today, and we are excited to begin this campaign. But a few quick announcements before we dive into the chaos, and it is certain to be absolute chaos. First, if you are in Chicago, we host Jinking and Jagging events throughout the city every week. You can check out the schedule at roughmagicgames.com. You can also visit that website if you're looking to hire GMs to run a campaign for you. Our GMs run a wide variety of systems from 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Blades in the Dark, Shadowrun, so many more. If you have a game you've always wanted someone to run, I can guarantee we'll find a GM for you. If you would like to support us, give us a like and follow on both YouTube and Twitch. And if you have an Amazon Prime membership, you get a free subscription to any Twitch channel. Consider us. It'll go a long way to helping us. So, last thing before we begin. This is a playtest game. Not everything is really balanced, and many of our players are new to, well, we're all new to Starfinder 2e playtest. Many of us are also new to the chassis on which the system is built on, Pathfinder 2nd Edition. And almost everyone is new to the virtual tabletop that we will be using, Foundry. So this is going to be a learning experience for all of us, so please give us some grace when we mess up, and we will mess up. So just asking for your grace for now. Alright, with that, let's jump into this first session of Starfinder. Welcome to Absalom Station, the primary home of humanity and the undisputed center of both interstellar trade and governance among the Pact Worlds. The most important feature of this interplanetary space station is not its grand and mysterious architecture, nor its myriad of residents, but the strange artifact locked deep within the station's heavily guarded core, the fabled Starstone. For reasons unknown even to the priests of Triune, the Starstone not only powers the station, but acts as an immensely powerful hyperspace beacon, allowing ships to jump quickly to the space around it no matter the distance, and making Absalom Station a natural relay point for voyagers returning from beyond the solar system. It is here, on Absalom Station, that our journey begins. In one of the shadier sections of the Vesk Quarter, a dive bar known as the Galactic Groove. You've gathered here, people you've met and have worked with, on a few odd jobs every now and then, to meet a contact known as Joe Zakama, who sent word through your mutual connections that he had a job for you, and more importantly, it pays well. Upon arriving at the Galactic Groove, a city bar that was once a factory of some sort, the catchy beats of the emo astro-rock pop duo known as Nihilus Vanillus blast at an uncomfortable volume from the speakers. The alcohol here is cheap, the food cheaper, and the value they put on lives here the cheapest of all. The bar is filled with all manner of folk, none of who you want to meet in the darkened corner of the darkened alleyway. And in the corner you actually see the body of a Vesk, just draped over a stool, limbs akimbo. The bartender, Sharon, a insectoid, has given you your choice of drinks on the house and lets you know that Joe Zakama will come grab you in a few moments. In the meantime, sit tight, have a drink, and if you're going to vomit, do it outside or as close to the drain pipes in the corner as you can. You barely had a moment to settle down before the door to the back room opens, and a shifty-looking android woman in a trashy, tight-fitting, low-cut red dress gives you a nod and beckons you in. You follow her down a short hallway into Joe Zakama's office, which is a sparsely furnished room with a floor-to-ceiling mirror that looks outside to Absalom Station. There are a lot of sofa chairs with ripped upholstery with very questionable stains, and even more fast food wrappers scattered everywhere. Charles Connor himself is lounging in a plush velvet chair, a pair of faded track pins, an A-frame shirt, and a gold chains that glitter around his thick Vesk neck. He gives the android a nod. Thanks, clickbait. It's all good. Close the door behind you. Clickbait gives the basket nod. Exit. Close the door behind you. Welcome. Welcome. So happy to meet you all. I am Charles Akama. I heard got your names from various people, but I do not yet know who you are. Would you mind introducing yourself? Start with you. Any points to your character? Charlotte, would you like to describe your character?
Yes, I would. Vibridia Fire Eater is a 7-foot something tall Vesk. So reptilian features, orange scales with kind of mottled yellow stripes, some cresting horns on her head and brow bone and chin. Are those stains on her armor blood? Perhaps. She also has a huge roto laser slung over her shoulder as she just kind of gives him an appraising look and goes, the name's Vibridia.
He gives you a nod. Ted, would you like to introduce your character next?
Absolutely. Standing probably off to the side is an older Lashunta woman. She was clearly very stocky, very built in her younger days, but now has kind of thinned with age. You can see her hair is receding a bit. She's got a lot more wrinkles. She is wearing rather plain clothing and just a really old, worn trench coat. You can see it's been repaired multiple times. It has been clearly stabbed and shot multiple times, but always in the front, nothing in the back. And she's just kind of like very absent-mindedly filling in a paper Sudoku, and she just says, "Oh, darling, you know who I am." And all of you know that nobody actually knows this woman's name. Everybody just refers to her as ma'am.
Well, come to think of it, we don't know who you are either.
That's by design.
Morgan, you're up next.
So in this seediest of bars in this quarter of this station, you all have all been followed in by a young Patra woman, feline, about just shy of 6 feet tall, is a little bit on the short side for a Patra. With the same sort of coat pattern as a Burman cat, very very soft, like grayish, or almost like off-white grayish fur, with darker patches of gray around like kind of parts of the face and the hands, and just the bluest eyes you've ever seen. Wearing like way too like vintage Chanel style, like way too nice of clothes, but like still something that she probably got at a thrift store or something like that. And like has on like what seems to be at first like very, very nice, like, you know, kind of dangly like bracelets and like necklace and a little like thing around her skirt, but that on closer inspection you realize is actually a somewhat prettied up series of projectors for hard light armor. And you see that actually, as we are like going through this this clearly very like violent and like dirty place, I'm actually on a little like recording thing, filming myself going like, "Hey, Anomala, please. It's your girl, Pawpy Clipper. We're out answering some stuff on the job board. Gonna see if we can catch a little bit more credits for next weekend's thrift run. And along the way, we're gonna see if we can scope out what the latest fashions and trends are. All right, love you all. I'll be back soon. Kisses." And then kind of like looks around. It's like, "Oh, hi."
The vice kind of looks at you very, very skeptically as you're closing up your video. Michael, you're up next.
Standing as far away from the window and the video as possible is a 3'5" rat folk, Isoki. He's got dark fur and big, kind of fan-like ears. And he's never too far away from the sniper rifle that's slung over his shoulder. He's been fairly quiet because he's always observing his surroundings. And the first thing he says is, "You should think about covering up that window. It's a security risk."
The vest kind of looks at, "Phew!" And you just see like a guy getting knocked out in front of the window by a group of thugs. I love the view here. Isaac, your character's next.
Iona is a vanilla human. He has a classic space Western duster. As long as you don't crit fail the insight check, you can see that this guy is like fresh out of med school and way over his head. Student loans are calling, so gotta make some fast credits. He's like sweating bullets, and he looks down at his data pad at these ancient words of wisdom that have been passed down from a rumored home world of humans. So many things are lost, but these small phrases and words of power have like made it through all that. And he looks down to remind himself of one of the great tenets, which is think outside the bun. And he tries to psych himself up for the meeting and to make some credits.
God damn it.
Ancient songs of our people.
Exactly, yes.
So draws a comma. Best for this cybernetic implant that covers almost the entire top right part of his face. Says, "Good. Listen, I reached down on the infosphere, asked if anybody know a guy, that guy asked if they know a guy, that guy asked if they know a guy, led into you. I got a job, I got credits, I want to spend it, you want them. So what do you say? You in, you out?"
Well, we're gonna need more information than that, honey. Gotta know what we're getting into.
Simple job. Simple cleanup. That's all it is. I just acquired a fighter with a, how should we say, colorful past. Great investment opportunity, the listing said, which you know, I know, we all know, means it's a bit of a fixer-upper. Deal I got was maybe a little bit too good to be true. Word on the ring is my guy told it, and he sort of leans forward a little bit at that, from Aslanti Space. Now, Aslanti Space, for those of you in the know, is this very ancient civilization that's been around for thousands of years. They are incredibly rich, incredibly wealthy. Anything from there probably has a lot of treasured goods or technology that would be very valuable. Josakama says, big payday for Savage, but look, I'm up to my horns. I'm a busy guy. I got things on my plate. So all I want you to do, head in, find anything there, clear it out, catalog the assets. That's it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
I hate to be a stick in the mud, honey, but this seems a little too simple for the five of us. Why do you need all of us?
Yeah, what's the catch?
What aren't you telling us?
It's a big damn ship. I want it done quick. I figure 5 of you can head in, clear out things quicker, get out quicker.
GM, could I make a recall knowledge check about like Aslanti ships, and specifically about like
Absolutely.
thinking, especially if I'm like thinking about like you know, I'm always like up to date on social media stuff. If there's anything that's been going on recently with the Aslanti Empire, trying to get any type of insight on like where this might have been acquired, or if there's any type of like especially dangerous like, you know, stuff that's been going on with these Aslanti Space that we might be aware of.
Yeah, absolutely. Got your basic action macros, and you should see something that says recall knowledge.
Yeah, let's see. Here we go.
Alright, so that's a blind roll, so you don't know what you rolled. So let me see what you rolled. I'm looking at society specifically, as this is definitely out there. Alright. Um, out in Atlantic space, there's always ships that are kind of abandoned, that are just floating around after one big starship battle or another. There is good money to be found in salvage, so there's nothing that seems out of the ordinary. I mean, there's just the usual nonsense on the infosphere, like vampires are supposedly kidnapping people in the slums and stuff like that. It's just a lot of nonsense, but nothing that looks related to the Aslanti ship or anything like that that would arouse any concerns.
Well, I have been wanting to do a little bit of an editorial on Aslanti fashion, so maybe I can find some type of uniforms or other stuff that's lying around. Of course, would be happy to have them turned over to at the end, but you know.
Well, I'd be happy to offer a bit of a cut of the salvage in addition to, and he holds up a crud stick, in addition to some of these creds. Cut up the salvage and some creds. I think it's a good deal. Everyone thinks it's a good deal. You should think it's a good deal.
Well, how much of a cut and how many credits are we talking?
Well, the cut of the salvage depends on what's on there, I don't know what's on there. I haven't been on there. My people haven't been on there. We're busy. We got things to do. I gotta go make spaghetti for my wife tonight. I got nothing else. I got more important stuff. Traditional Vasco spaghetti. That's
delicious. Right. My favorite.
Universal touchstones.
What's this? What was it? Yeah. So depending on what's there, cut up the salvage, and let's say 10 creds a piece. How's that sound?
I'm not so sure. I gotta tell you, this is pachinko money for me, honey, and I might need a little more. My friends here all look rather well. She kind of looks at Iionan, and maybe not you, but you definitely need it. All look rather experienced. I think we might need a little more than that if you
What are you
if
thinking?
you can.
What are you thinking?
Sorry, what was that? Yeah, the audio cut out.
What are you thinking?
He said 10 a piece, right?
10 credits, yeah.
I'd say what if we start with this? Front us 3 and 7 upon completion, depending on the quality of the salvage. And then, extemporaneous circumstances, hazard pay, all that nonsense.
It's a bunch of 3, 7 upon
yeah, so basically she's asking one more each, and for front 3 for gearing up if we want to.
See him look at you, kind of askew. I'm gonna have you roll a diplomacy check.
Absolutely. Oh. I do not see any rolls on the tabletop.
Okay, that'll be on your character sheet. That would be on your character sheet. Okay.
Yes. I'm saying on the tabletop, since I'm still on the landing page, nothing. I'm not seeing rolls or a chat. I am just.
So on your character sheet at the top, you should see something that looks like a hand, like an open hand. If you click that, I'll have all of your skills laid out for you.
Yep, I am there. I just can't see any rolls going through.
Like the roll history.
Yeah.
In the Foundry chat isn't showing up.
No, not in the chat. Your character sheet. Your character sheet. Oh, to get to your roll to your character sheet, hit C on your keyboard, or
I'm on the character sheet. I don't see the actual roll happening. We're still on the landing page. There is no chat to show the roll. We need to be moved.
Let me see. Let me test and see if this rolls 5 roll. Yeah, it rolled for me. I'm not going to give you that because I rolled an actual one, but
There
I'm
we
glad
go.
I got that out of the way. Let's try this.
Because this is not. I'm unsure. It's just. It is not rolling for me.
I just very briefly saw a diplomacy check from ma'am, and then it disappeared. So,
Yeah, I'm.
That was my roll. That was my roll.
okay.
Alright. Alright.
I mean, I can just roll a d20 as is
Okay.
and see
Roll
if
a
that
D20.
works. Okay,
The joys of
That works.
streaming live.
it's wonderful.
That's
Okay,
not
so
right.
that is an 18. That is an 18 total.
Okay. Can I ask you, what were you clicking on your character sheet to get the roll?
I was clicking the die, the modifier, and the skill name itself.
It should just be the die, so I'm not sure why that wasn't working for you. Let's see if I can resolve it. Let me just make sure that you have ownership and are the owner. Can everyone just
hope
roll
so.
me? Can everyone just roll me a skill check real quick to make sure that it's working for them, or if it's restricted to tech? For those of you watching us live, thank you for bearing with us as we learn, as our players learn Boundary. Alright, looks like everyone else
We're
is
having
doing
so much
it.
fun.
2 of our players have gotten actual ones out of the way.
That's wonderful.
My goodness.
Yes.
All right, we're getting the bad
Wow.
rolls out.
Get the bad out of the way.
Yeah.
No one rolled above an 8. That's great. Alright.
I see what the issue was.
Oh, you do?
I believe I do. Let me double check. Aha. Yes, that was the problem. My character sheet was covering up the roll pop-up. So I wasn't actually clicking roll. That's the problem. Good UI design.
I'm gonna use your first roll because it was better.
Yes.
It was 11 plus 7 being 18. So with the 18 it says struck a hard bargain, but fine. Sounds good to me. Please make sure. I'm going to put a little bit of trust in you all to make sure you get the job done. My contact, the Roseau contact said they were all on the up and up. The last thing you all want to do is get a bad reputation on Absalom Station. So if you do, you ain't getting any more work. You can go live out in the streets for the rest of your life. Nobody wants it. I don't want that. Do you want that? No.
On my honor, we're good for it.
Good.
I'm a rat. I think I'd be quite comfortable in the streets.
Not the streets that not the streets you'll be stuck out on. Trust me, you don't want to be out there. All right, deal. You see him kind of like pull out his pad and then quickly sticks a crutch stick in there, makes some adjustments, and he'll hand over the crutch stick to you, ma'am. And ma'am, you can. I think everyone go ahead and you set 3 silver each. 3 credits each. So go ahead and add 3 silver pieces to your character sheet if you would like to.
3. I asked for 4.
Oh, 4. 4. Go ahead and ask 4.
You did accidentally, I think, say 3.
Oh. 4. Alright.
I think he said 5. I'm just kidding. No.
Yeah, I think maybe it was 6 actually.
Oh, yeah, it was 6. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it was 4. You did say 3 plus 1.
Actually.
Alright. Yeah, he says, anything else? Any questions? God, I'm asked now. I'm a busy guy. I got things to do.
Oh, wait, I do have one question.
Sure.
What's your spaghetti recipe?
I ain't telling you that. It's a family secret.
Damn. Well, it was worth a shot.
It was. Good shot. Listen, if you want to get there, though, just head to the residential district, take the elevator down to the docks, the docks out to the shuttle, hire a shuttle, and take you out to the Armada, and board the ship there. You'll need my passcode to get past the impound lock and clear out any dangers that have survived quarantine. Get a primo cut of salvage, of course. Like I said, keep an eye out for anything you might be interested in. Passcode 1607.
Alrighty.
All right.
Alright. Got nothing else? Send me a comms when you're on the ship. Good luck.
Sounds good.
I take a selfie with him in the background just before we
No!
leave.
You seem just like holding his hands up. No! Get the fuck out of here! Out!
Bye!
You see him just muttering, closes door behind you. Clickbait, get in here! See the android woman in that tight dress just kind of like walk in, have a conversation and do some whatever they're gonna do. Business work. So you're now in the bar. Bar itself, seedy, disgusting. You have whatever's left of your drink that you haven't finished. Whatever you would like to do. If you want to have discussions, you want to go somewhere, it's entirely up to you.
Well, I think we should use the extra credit ma'am earned us to buy a round.
Oh, please. We do that afterwards. You have to be professional with all of this. I like a good Irish coffee as much as the rest of you.
Yeah,
we need to be pragmatic.
Yeah, sponsors don't really like it if you're drinking on camera, so you all are fine, but I'm good over here.
How many viewers do you have?
It's and I turn my phone around. You do see it's like decent. It's like it's a decent number, but then it like weirdly like glitches a little bit of like or not even glitches, but like there's some weird like paracausal like stuff happening where like at first you see it's like, you know, in like 3K, but then it's like 3.5K, and like it's like this weird like there's like a chill that goes down your spine as there's like some level of like weird like multi-dimensionality going on. And you get immediately the sense that like I have a lot of followers, not all of them are in this dimension.
Looking at that makes me kind of dizzy in my eyes.
Yeah, you know, you get used to it, but hey, just because someone's not in this reality doesn't mean they don't count, right?
If you can sell stuff to them, they count. Sponsorship is all that matters. Anyway, I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't really want to go onto this ship without getting a little bit of information. So that would be my my 2 cents. Also buying some bullets.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. I did a little bit of a look through the, you know, the usual news feed, seeing if there was anything weird going on with the what was the name of the empire again, or of the region again?
Aslanti.
What was it?
Aslanti.
Yeah, if there was anything going on with the Aslanti lately, it doesn't seem like, you know, there's the usual, you know, little weird bits of rumor and stuff like that, but it doesn't seem like there's anything especially weird going on. But then again, I mean, usually ships don't end up just floating dead in space for no reason, so.
Well, if there's one thing I know as a Vesk who used to be a soldier, is that the Veskarium and the Aslanti Empire are not on great terms.
Well,
At that, the bartender, the Sharon, kind of pipes up, like chills and chills a little. You know what else not on great terms? You, if you don't buy something or get out. I got customer service.
Who am I to disobey? And I slam down my credit stick and I buy a Lashunta ale.
Get a Lashunta ale. You don't have to worry about taking that credit off. Just keep it for yourself. Get us a Lashunta ale for you.
I'd like a whiskey.
Whiskey for you. I heard someone mention Irish coffee. Irish, of course, being the race of single-eyed people. And nothing else. Yep.
I've never heard of them before.
Very cultural anachronisms. Not on the job, sweetie. If you've got some tea, I'll take that.
Tea? What do I look like here? Tea? You think we serve tea in this joint?
You look like a reputable businessman, and a reputable business would have a nice selection of herbal teas.
I didn't know you wanted a herbal drink. I got herbal drinks for you if that's what you want.
Don't get cute with me.
What's the harm in one drink, ma'am?
Well, you say that when you're dizzy on the floor and somebody's shooting at you, you can't aim right.
I think I'll be okay.
I believe you'll be okay. You look like you could drink an entire gallon and be fine. Anyway, none for me.
Fine. What would you all like to do?
I think while the party is doing their thing, I would like to use my underworld contacts to see if I can pull up any other kind of information about this ship, because this smells very fishy to me.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a... That would also be a society check.
Society.
You
All right.
yeah.
I can do that. How did I do?
13.
13, yeah.
You reach out to your underworld contacts, see if you can get any notice about this. The only thing you get back, is nothing about the ship, but just about Joseph Karma himself. He's a very, very low level boss who's trying to make his way up in the rankings, street society. He's not doing a very good job of it. He's trying to keep the location of the ship. People know that he just brought in something that he spent a lot of money on, and they want to know where it is. Because they figure there's probably got to be something valuable on there. It's just a lot of, like, low-level mob bosses trying to undercut each other, steal from each other, anything like that. You don't find anything that seems suspicious about the ship itself. Bringing in, like, abandoned ships or is totally legal. Salvage is a totally legal occupation that people in Pact Worlds do. So nothing seems out of the ordinary.
Is there any way for us to find out who else might be interested in maybe undercutting this dude? Who else wants a piece of the pie?
Yeah. I think there's about 2 other mob bosses that are kind of being talked about. One is a human who is just known as the Black Fighter. That's all it's known as. No one's ever seen his face. It just goes as the Black Fighter, as in like ship, the Black Fighter. People speculate he's just more of a pirate of sorts, and he's just out there in the space, committing piracy and trying to establish a foothold somewhere on Absalom Station. Other is a Kasatha, who goes by the name... Let me get a good Kasatha name. Valkis.
How would you spell that?
Balkis. Valkis.
So
Valkis is, yeah. Valkis is definitely also low level. He's more known for his brutality more than anything else. He has a small group of followers around him as well.
All right. Well, if y'all are still drinking, ma'am will just come in and put down like a little. She's written out little notes for everybody with this information. Just kind of put it down next to you. And it's like enjoy your drink. Don't mind me. And she just then waits for the party to finish their revelry.
You sure you don't want
Sure.
one? If I'm going to be cleaning a ship, I don't want to be sober for it.
I don't drink on the job.
No, we respect boundaries. Ma'am, I respect your boundary.
You're a good egg. And she tries to pinch your cheek. Ow.
Careful of the spikes.
Yes.
I do think that over the last like 5 to 10 minutes while ma'am has been away, I've been like sitting next to Vibridia, and just like looking at your armor and stuff, like, oh my god, I love the way that you've styled it. Like probably like looking at some of like the maybe blood splatters, like it's just such a cool choice, you know? It's like really complements your scale color. I love it.
Oh, thanks. This one is actually, funnily enough, it is spaghetti sauce. This one right here. Yeah. No, my best friend is maybe you know them. They're a celebrity chef on the station. But
really? Okay. Are they on Snapchat?
You know, I don't know. I say best friend, but we're kind of having a moment right now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I haven't seen them in a little bit, so I don't know.
You hear Iona yell, "What's the username?" Once the bartender threatened like get pay or leave, he like stepped out to the threshold of the door and is just like holding the door open so he can try to hear what you guys are saying by the bar because he's trying to save money.
I will buy you a drink. Get in here.
I scuttle over and like order a water, which I think where I come from is probably like a free item, but probably here like a premium item of just like pure water. So it's like I accidentally set you back a little bit.
Okay, well.
Yeah, I mean, the bartender says we have free water and we have premium water. Which one do you want?
I gotta go free water. I don't want to accidentally screw over Charlotte on purpose. But yeah. Oh look, it looks just like Coca-Cola.
Yeah. He walks over and like opens a faucet and brings you like a clear glass of slightly brownish water and just puts it in front of you. Drink it.
I'm definitely like fake sipping on that, where it's like no liquid actually passing, but I'm like I am a customer.
If I could, I will, like, when the bartender's back is turned, I will just lean over and tap on the glass and use prestidigitation to make it, at the very least, not, like, to make it drinkable water.
Yeah. Can definitely do that. Probably have to use that spell twice because the cup itself, it's definitely one of those glasses that just have like fingerprints like all over it.
Yeah.
And so maybe for you, these insect scales from the bartender as well. You have to pick those off. So clean it up.
That's
Got a
why
fairly
you should
clean
drink
water.
alcohol. It'll kill the germs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh. Anybody else want to do any kind of research on the infosphere or anything at all?
What is the going rate for ammunition? Because player wise,
It's basically like 1 credit per shot.
okay.
Let's see.
So he wanted to give us the equivalent of 10 bullets for this work.
Yeah.
What a cheapskate.
Truly.
GM, I guess it will, because
To be clear, 10 bullets each, though.
Right.
Sure. I guess earlier I've been like checking up on the like on the social media myself. Would it be possible for me to like send out like if I make a post to my followers like, hey, have any of you heard anything about like anything weird going on in the Islani space right now, or like fighters going missing or anything like that? Like, would you allow me to make some type of check based on that to find more information?
Sure. I'll let you pick whether you feel this would be a diplomacy check or a computers check. If it's diplomacy more, just use the personality computers if you're like blowing up some big fancy and using like the filters to make it look weird and cool or whatever they do, you know, whatever you want.
Do you also have to roll in which dimension the answer comes from?
That's fair. We can get varying results. I love the idea that like you're like chat. What are the vibes with this? Like, Sound off in the comments.
Yeah. My computers is actually a little bit better than my diplomacy, so I think it is like a little bit of me like focusing in, making sure that it's like setting up like parameters so that it is going just to the local dimension, but it is a little bit like a little bit more like playing the algorithm than necessarily like still reaching out to people, but like there's definitely some like harder tech stuff involved.
All right. Go ahead and roll that check then.
Yeah, let's see.
On a natural 20. First natural 20 of the campaign. Congrats.
Yeah.
On a natural 20.
I love net 20s.
You get like as soon as you post that, you have like thousands of followers. You get a bunch of like heart react emojis, a bunch of people putting thumbs up. Like, then there's also like probably like you have to scroll down to like 20 comments of people advertising for their own like NSFW websites on there before you hit something that is relevant, that has context. There's like a big Vesk fan of yours. Just kind of like, yeah, Aslanti Empire. The humans took a portal from old Galeria and started a big space empire and conquered a few worlds with their Aeon God. Now they think they're better than everyone else. Veskarian will crush them. Hey, I heard they've got like lots of shiny magitech. And I heard there was a recent purchase of an abandoned ship, and if the rumors are true, might be loaded with equipment we don't see much of this side of the galaxy. Other than that, I think you might even have like maybe 1 or 2 posts from someone from the Aslanti Empire who just like very just says, your comment has been reported to the Aslanti Aeon God.
Oh no.
Are we gonna get doxxed? Like,
I'm
do we run?
I'm going to like seeing
Bad news.
that like you see like seeing that comment specifically. You see like the like anime or Studio Ghibli style thing of like the shiver in my fur going like all the way up like to the top of my head. And I'm gonna lean over like, hey ma'am,
Yes.
can I? Let's talk outside for a second.
Sure.
Gonna step outside with them. Hey, so I think there's maybe some heat on this.
Oh no shit.
There's a little bit of a rumor, that there's a lot of weird like equipment on there. Also, and I show her like this comment has been like reported to to the Aslanti guard. It's like, I think they are maybe still looking for this ship.
Oh no.
Well, now you see why I don't like drinking on the job.
Yeah.
Of your senses. Okie dokie. I think that means we're on a timer.
Yeah. I think this is maybe a get in and get out, and maybe don't leave fingerprints behind.
Fair enough. Okay. Hang on a moment. And ma'am pulls out probably like the most ancient. What are the because we obviously don't have cell phones. Like, what are the types of communicators that we have?
You
Is
have
it like
comm units, which are basically like cell phones, and you also have a data pad, and they're both kind of linked together. So
cool. So
definitely...
ma'am pulls out this like old beige data pad. It's got a retractable cable that she plugs into her comm unit because this thing's old as fuck. And she is going to try to contact one of the people in the Aslanti Navy that she did a negotiation for a little while ago, just to see if she can slow this down a tiny bit. She's basically she wants to run like a little bit of interference with using one of her contacts.
All right. Can you just... So you're going to send this message to Aslanti guard that you work with. So as a contact viewers, why don't we do a diplomacy check on that, I think would be best. As you send this message off to see what kind of response you get back.
Cool. So the message she sends, she does not write a name. She just kind of posts something on a common board that she knows this guy would have visibility into, and it just says something along the lines of sent your daughter a happy birthday message. Please be sure that she gets it at the right time, and then it's just signed, ma'am. And the person who's getting this will know what it means.
Okay.
And hey, that's not bad.
23. That is a success. So I would say you get a message back. That's just, thank you for the early birthday present. We'll keep it in the closet until it's time to unwrap the present, unwrap the gift.
Excellent. And she turns back to she turns back to Pawpy and says, "All right, I think that bought us probably an hour or two, not much more.
God,
So
girl boss.
onwards. It pays to know people."
That's aspirational, honestly.
Yeah. I negotiated a hostage situation for one of his cousins. It was
Really?
yeah.
Oh, that's
I mean, it wasn't that bad. Like they kept most of the fingers. Not a big deal.
Hmm.
Anyway, yeah, I think I mean, I don't know about the rest of you. I'm ready to just buy a few rounds and then get going. But I think we do have a little bit of time.
In the words of the holy checkmark, just do it. So let's do it. I definitely just have like a tab open of like
Mhm.
Oh my god.
company slogans, and I'm just scrolling through them frantically.
I think we have to kick Isaac out of the game.
I'm sorry. They better be paying you for this.
Alright. You absolutely can head to there's definitely like a strip mall in like the Tempe district with like hundreds of like little shops where you can buy whatever ammo you need. I mean, as a GM, I hate shopping episodes, so we're not going to do that. Just buy whatever the hell you want. If you want to buy more ammo, just add some more ammo onto your character sheet and remove the credits.
Pawpy is absolutely in like whatever clothing section.
Yeah. Definitely can do that if you want. Check out the clothing section with the full-length mirrors. I would say there's definitely like pop-up ads as you're in there that are designed to kind of distract you so you're not looking too hard in the mirror, just to make it more likely that you'll buy. Let me see if your butt doesn't look the way it looks, you don't notice, and so you just buy it anyways. But you're skilled enough and know enough to avoid that. But, okay. Buy your ammunition and you're going to just catch a cab to the residential district. You head to the residential district, the best area, and you pop out of the cab. I'm not going to charge you for the cab or the shuttle or anything. And you make your way towards the elevator that's going to take you down to the docks. And I was actually, you know what? While you're in your cab, you kind of get stuck in traffic for a little bit. And there's definitely a few people just like crowded around, and traffic is definitely in layers, stacked up. There's multiple cars, just like on these residential streets, and you see what looks to be a like a Lashunta street preacher. And it's just like standing on the corner, just shouting out sign like warnings of the end times, like something's coming. The star child breaks free of its planet womb. Repent, sinners, and leave your old ways behind. The time of its birth is nigh. And you see like a bunch of people are just like taking photos of him and immediately posting it onto like social media. Stop taking photos of me. Repent. And they just keep doing that. And you just hear that shatter in your ears for a while as just sort of like make your way through this traffic jam and towards the elevator in Little Akaton. You would all know the cheapest, you would need to take a shuttle outside of Absalom Station to the Armada. The cheapest one is probably U-Go. U-Go. There's also other ones, but U-Go is probably the most affordable. There's definitely a pop-up that pops up as you're like making your purchase on your data pad, transfer credits over to pay for it. It's just a breaking news story about a supply chain breakdown near Octurne Space, which is a distant planet on the far edge of the solar system, but the reporter doesn't have any details about the cause of this trouble. And you just sort of buy that away in the back of your head about this breaking news story. And you enter the elevator. And it's just the five of you, doors shut down. You know, it's a bit of Absalom Station is like, it's huge, and there's going to be a lot of levels to go down before you reach the docks. And so it's just all kind of crowded a bit in there, especially with Vibridia taking a pretty big amount of space, just being this massive, broad-shouldered desk. You hear just bing, ding, 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 of this like very repetitive music playing over and over and over. Very Mass Effect loading screen type. We're just kind of all sitting there, just staring in one direction. Maybe one of you is just kind of like moving around aimlessly.
I think Earl enjoys it.
Which two of us have the pre-scripted conversation sequence while everybody else stays silent?
Exactly.
So the metal doors of the elevator close, and the elevator's just descending. All of a sudden, it just and screeches to a dead halt.
Oh dear.
Pause.
That's normal, right?
Bop. Bop. This is an emergency alert. Bop. And then your communists also pick it up. The sort of repetitive, blaring tone of an emergency alert. Bop. And the elevator begins to shake. And then you hear the alarm shift into what sounds like a wordless scream that spikes dread into every nerve. And the lights flicker and blaze to an almost unbearable brightness, searing an image of a floating, tentacled monstrosity, an eldritch horror of some kind, into view. Then it all goes dark. The sound stops, the lights flicker off, and you're left alone in this elevator suspended, who knows how far from the bottom.
I did not ask for enough money.
I didn't think I drank that much.
That free water's the worst thing ever.
So the elevator's not moving. Is there a hatch on the ceiling of the elevator?
There is not. The station is not OHSA compliant. Well, this part of the station, I should say. Oh.
I'm gonna press all of the buttons. The
You
elevator.
should start like hitting buttons randomly. And you see, like, you just start pressing all the buttons randomly, and they all light up. They all light up as you touch. And then the elevator just lurches downward. I would like you all to make me a...
Whatever you do, stop doing that.
I would like you all to make me a reflex save.
Oh, so exciting. Are saves also on the skill page? Or no, they're on the side.
That should be on the left side of your...
Yes.
Alright, we have Mim with a 15. Iionan with a 23. Oh, with a natural 20 for 29. Pawpy with 11 and Vibridia.
Earl's die hit mine and changed it to a 19. Can I keep that one instead?
Okay. So that looks like... Actually, you know what I did? I forgot to give you all hero points. Oh, you all have hero points, it's great. So, if you would like, you can burn a hero point at any time to make a reroll. You get 1 hero point at the start of a session and 1 after break. So it's entirely up to you when you want to burn it. I will tell you right now, only 3 people succeeded. Ma'am, Elonia, and Earl.
You know, use it or lose it, baby. I'm taking a hero point.
Alright.
I
So you can
think
right-click on the roll in the chat, and you should see a pop-up that says reroll using a hero point.
Ooh. Let me try. Reroll using a hero point.
Better. So right now, the only one fails is Pawpy.
Yeah, I think Pawpy is freaked out enough by all of this that it just makes sense that she fails this.
Uh,
I'm gonna hang
well,
on to it.
What I'm going to do now is, in Pathfinder and Starfinder, traps are kind of fun. They're called hazards. It can be traps, it can be like environmental effects, or it can be, in this case, a rapidly plummeting elevator. So we are going to jump into temporary initiative while you try to solve this problem before you hit the ground and potentially get hurt very, very badly. So give me 1 second to throw you all into initiative. Where is that? So, before you go into initiative, though, I need to put some effects on you, because those of you that failed, you are rocketed and slammed down to the ground. It's very, very difficult for you to keep your balance. So, those of you that failed are just Pawpy is going to be clumsy 2. Those of you that succeeded are clumsy 1. And those of you that critically succeeded, which is just Earl, actually, let me check. Iionan almost critically succeeded.
Oh.
If you had rolled a 19, you would have. I'm the Pathfinder and the Starfinder again. Just for the knowledge of those who may be watching, and critical success does not just mean natural 20. All you have to do is hit the DC of 10. Like if the DC for this, for example, was 14. So if Iionan rolled a 19 plus his bonus would have hit a 24, that would have been a critical success. So, at this point, I would like you all to roll initiative. I'm going to allow you to do 2 things for initiative. You can either just roll perception if you like, or you can roll acrobatics. And the way you roll initiative is on your character sheet. On the left side, like right under perception, you see something that says initiative. And you can select perception or acrobatics or whatever you would prefer.
I would like to use acrobatics.
I'm going to roll for this as well.
Ooh, and clumsy effects, dexterity-based check, reflex saves, and stuff like that.
Clumsy is going to affect. Let me check. Clumsy is basically going to status condition to dexterity-based checks and DCs, including AC, reflex saves, range attack roll, and skill checks. So yeah, would affect acrobatics.
Awesome. It's acrobatics is still better than perception for me. So
Okay. All right. Let's see if Vibridia. Yeah, you rolled acrobatics instead of the initiative button, but that's fine. I can manually update it. Update participants. You rolled a 21. All right. With that, we begin this encounter of this hazard as this rapidly plummeting elevator continues to descend at an increasingly alarming rate of speed. You hear the shrieks of metal against metal as it's just plummeting straight down. First up is Iionan. Is there anything you would like to do?
Besides probably scream, I think it might be a free action in this edition. My first thought is you said jump into initiative. Now I kind of want to like time out my jump so that, you know, when you elevator crashing with that myth of you crashing elevator, you jump at the last second, you're fine. Probably won't work here. So I don't think I'll be particularly good at it, but I would love to try to like, what kind of roll can I make to see if there's like any like emergency like brakes on the elevator or anything like that, mechanical, or at the very least like try to get the panel off so that maybe someone who's better at it has a better chance of operating it.
Yeah. I think I would probably give you 2 options. One would be crafting. That would be to kind of like pull open like the panel, figure out what's working, what's broken, see if you can fix it. Or maybe thievery, as that's a lot of like fiddling around with like mechanicals too, as well. It's one of those 2.
All right, I got a +0 in crafting and a +1 in thievery, so I'm going thievery. Untrained, frantically using my like knife to try to like jimmy it open, I guess, while the elevator's crashing. So let's see how this goes.
18.
Hey.
You kind of jab your dagger in there and kind of pry open the panel, and you can see there's just sparks like shooting out of the panel. You leap forward and try to patch it together. You are able to make good progress. So there's probably like a number of successes you need to make in order to get this to stop. You've had one success. You have 3 actions a turn. I'm going to say there was 2 actions, one to pry it open and one to fiddle. So you've got 1 more, unless you would like to scream some more for your 3rd and final action.
Is there an option to like maybe like give like the help act? What's the equivalent of the help action?
Absolutely.
For the next part?
Yeah. There's an aid. So in Pathfinder, you can roll. You can probably roll either a relevant skill check or diplomacy to try and aid someone. So for this,
I would love to roll diplomacy if that would work for the aid. For whoever's up next, want to try to take a crack at this because again, I'm rolling with this a +1.
Up next would be Earl. So go ahead and roll a diplomacy as you are, and then describe to me like how. Let's see what the roll is. See how good you do first. A 14 is just under a success, but actually, yeah, 14 is just under a success. If you would like to describe to me how you're trying to encourage Earl to fix this.
Sure. As it fails, I think it's just more frantic screaming than it is actual words, thus being ineffectual. So I will spare all headphone users and not scream. We'll just imagine that happens. And that'll be my turn.
Alright. You do that. Frantically scream at Earl. Earl, it's your turn. You're in the corner right now.
I don't know what that means, but let me try to help. His tail comes up over his shoulders and puts his hood on, and then he steps over to the panel. Should he roll computers or thievery?
Thievery or crafting?
Okay, so he's going to do thievery in an attempt to continue what Iionan started.
Well, you are rolling hot today.
I sure am.
Rolling hot. On your second action 20, so you only really needed 3 successes to repair this elevator. That critical success counts 2. So you all see Earl kind of like quickly pushes away, shorter than like all of you, pushes away like past your legs, quickly pops up, begins fiddling around with like the fuse box, not the fuse box, elevator panel, try and fix it, and then all of a sudden, elevator stops.
Nobody move, nobody breathe. It might happen again.
And we'll end this encounter. The elevator lights are currently still out. Let's actually check something real quick. Let's see what everyone's passive perception is. Iionan. Off in the distance behind the doors of this elevator, as you finally calm down and stop screaming.
Yeah.
You hear it very, very faint. It doesn't make it. And then something very, very soft. You can't quite make it out. Sounds very mechanical.
Okay. I think that I would, in this moment, if I was the only one who heard that, I assume we have like a group chat. So I would pull up my data pad and text everyone, vibes are off, something outside the door, mechanical.
I would say it doesn't seem close to the door, definitely in the distance, but you can hear it.
Sure. All right. Yeah, I'll send that text out then, and then like send like 3 individual question marks back to back to back to be like, what's the next move? Are we going to try to like pry open the doors? I guess we got to get off this death machine.
I will text if someone can get the doors open a little bit. I can send a decoy out in case there's something hostile out there. winky face heart sparkle emoji.
Ma'am just sends the arm flexing emoji and the T-Rex emoji.
Well, I know what that means. I mean, hilariously, Vibridia is not really that strong. But I'll give it a shot.
So you're gonna
You
head
are
over
the
and try.
largest of us, aren't you?
Hmm?
You are the largest of us, aren't
I
you?
am the physically largest, yes.
That is, she just assumes physically large, you must be strong.
All right.
Depends on what type of role. I will say that.
It's gonna be athletics.
Oh, okay, good. Then I am okay at athletics.
I think you actually have the highest athletics in the group.
Oh, great!
You
Amazing!
do. You know who has actually a tied for the highest athletics in the group?
Well,
Oh,
Ooh.
not a good roll, though.
You see, everybody kind of go in, dig her claws like into the edges of the elevator, tries to strain and pull. She can't quite budge it.
This thing's impossible.
Hmm.
hmm.
Um,
Who also looks strong in this group?
Could we try to like one person on one side of the door, the other like try to like split the difference maybe?
So
That's
I'll lower
exactly
the
what I was
DC if you would
gonna
like to do that. I'll lower the DC if you would like to do that.
Sure. I've got a +4 in athletics.
You're the person that has the other strongest in the
We're
group.
tied.
Okay.
Doctor. So you see this like very tall Basque and this very small, skinny doctor, just kind of like trying to wedge this thing open. I will allow either of you can make me a athletics check. I'm only this one roll, but the DC has been significantly lowered because it's two of you.
Cool. You get it because I took it last time. So
Sure. All right. Let's see.
GM, as this is happening, would you allow me to, since we're out of initiative, would you allow me to use my my intense focus to reduce my clumsy condition?
Oh, the clumsy condition would have ended by now because you're no longer free falling. So let me actually get that off your sheets. Thank you for calling that out.
oh, tell me how you got the exact same roll.
There's an ancient human saying for this. It's called womp womp.
So is
Well,
the
it
group
looks like we're stuck in here forever.
Okay.
We'll start divvying up corners. I call this one.
There's not enough corners.
One person's going to get the middle, so it's fine.
I think ma'am will take out her 2 knives, jam them into the door, and then kind of step back and just go, like, here, use a lever. And that's her attempt to help.
I'll lower the DC even more, but that. So, if one of you wants to go ahead and make that roll again.
All right, I'll try again.
Or we can end the campaign here.
Yeah. I guess we just
Fun,
love this
folks.
elevator.
See you later.
Defeated by
No
an
whammies.
Hope you guys
no
love
whammies, no whammies.
Pathfinder. Don't get elevators if you want your campaign to be long.
Yeah.
My advice. Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey,
Better.
better!
Better.
The
Double
DC got
digits
lowered
this
to
time.
10, so that was sus. I think using the daggers, giving you a little bit of leverage, you're able to kind of pry this door open. I'm going to bring you all onto a map.
Oh dear.
The anticipation is killing me.
Yeah. It's taking some
Is
of
this
you
all we can see?
a little bit on. These doors of these kind of like wide open and views looks to be a kind of quarter. In the center of the quarter you see what looks to be like a discarded flashlight that is just flickering over the landscape. And you see faded graffiti in the walls and fast food wrappers that mingle with other trash along the metal grated floor. And on the flashlight itself, you see the words Ghost Tour printed on it.
Ghost tour? Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
I think I did one of these once. It was really spooky.
Earl would like to go over and turn the flashlight off.
Before you do that, Pawpy's gonna put a hand on your shoulders, like, hang on. I'm gonna cast Figment. And I can make a simple illusory like sound or vision. I'm gonna go with vision. And can be no larger than a 5-foot cube. So you all see like it looks like another version of Pawpy, but this one is like where Pawpy is very like, trendsetter, like social media influencer. This one's like grunge punk, like has like a sick leather jacket with like spikes and stuff like that, who just like momentarily looks back at Pawpy, nods, and then just strolls like cool as you like down the corridor, and just like I'm just gonna have this illusory Pawpy like walk down the corridor and just see if anything happens.
I'll say, as this figment sort of like springs into being, it's very crude and undetailed.
Yes.
You definitely create this Pawpy, this like illusory Pawpy, and just send it like walking down the corridor a little bit. It goes for about 30 feet down the corridor, and like probably hits the wall. I think, let me see how far it goes. Yeah, 30 feet. It kind of hits the wall, and like nothing really happens to it.
Okay. Now you can go.
Who was that?
Huh?
Where did she come from?
Oh, that's one of my other lives.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, I have 9 of them. Well, I have 8 other ones.
Mm.
Does that mean you can only do that 8 more times?
No. She's off doing her own thing.
Oh, okay. I just want to turn this light off because we don't want to call attention to our location if something bad's around
Absolutely.
here.
Well, if it's a ghost, I don't think a flashlight is going to do much.
If it's a ghost, you can go first.
Oh, make sure you look up first, though. They never look up in the movies, and that's always where the monster is.
That's a good point, actually. Pro tip.
Problem right now is not all of you have dark vision.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have dark vision, though.
You do.
You-
Pawpy does, Pawpy does, Earl does, and I think that's it. Just Pawpy and Earl.
That's it.
I have low light vision.
Yep. Need light for it to work, so.
Uh,
For you all now, it is just pitch black.
I will hand the flashlight to Vibridia,
thank you.
and then I'll just wait a minute before you turn it on. And then can Earl stealth to like the end of the hallway and just kind of peek and just see if there's anything else out here?
Sure. Go ahead and make me a stealth check, make it blind. I think you could probably use the basic action mappers for that. That should roll a blind automatically. Sneak. Alright. And check this. Without knowing what the roll is, I'm going to ask if you would like to hear a point there.
It seems like a leading question, so yes, please.
Okay. Okay. You walk down the hallway, trying to be as stealthily as you can. Go ahead and move your token where you would like to move.
So my initial plan was to go to this corner here.
Alright. So you head down this hallway, and as you do, you can hear what sounds to be this mechanical beeping growing louder the further down you get. And you continue walking, and you see what looks to be a maintenance robot, just sort of like idly moving down. You can hear the beeping coming from it every now and then. You hear this very, very garbled, "It is awake," bloop, 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 bloop. It is awake. Bloop, 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 bloop. And it just sort of continues for a while. And then you step on a discarded fast food like box, and you can see a crunch underneath your foot. And you see this mechanical robot, like its head just sort of like spins 360 degrees. And it lifts up like one of its arms that it uses to clean, and rather than like picking up trash, it simply incinerates it, as you see this blowtorch blast to life on one of its arms. And I think that's where we're going to take our first break, right here. And when we come back, we will jump into our first official combat with the system and see how it all plays out. So it is currently 8:23, so we will be back at 8:33. So stick around. We'll see you then. And we are back. Welcome back, everyone. So, for those who were curious, when Earl was sneaking around, his first roll was a 16, which was just under the DC he needed to hit. I offered him hero point, his second roll was worse, which is an 11. And with hero points, you always have to keep your second roll. So, unfortunately, Earl was not able to be silent and stepped on a rapper. And there's some robot immediately turns, lights up one of his blowtorch arms, and begins moving his way towards Earl. So at this point, I would like you all to roll initiative. For initiative, on your character sheet on the left side, not next to perception, but underneath perception, you should see an initiative thing. You can use either stealth, if you feel like you were being quiet, or perception.
Because I'm a glutton for punishment, can I use my failed stealth roll as my initiative?
No.
Because I deserve it.
I'm going to use your failed stealth roll as initiative for you, so that'd be a 16 for you. That'd be an 11
I love
for
that for you, Michael. I love that.
I like to play on hard mode.
Let me roll for these.
I'll go ahead and roll with. They're the same for me. I'll roll with perception.
Awesome. So with that, we begin this encounter.
As it's coming towards Earl, he just yells over his shoulder, "Ma'am, I should have listened to you. I shouldn't have had that drink."
As we begin this encounter, I'm going to make this offer to all of you. You know your characters better than I do right now. Whether or not they would have drawn their weapons before Earl walked out into the darkness is entirely up to you. But as a reminder, the only people that can see anything right now are Earl and... Who's the other one? Is it... Pawpy.
It would be me.
Earl and Pawpy. So it's up to you whether or not you have your weapons drawn. Fortunately, a second robot, one that Earl did not see, rolls into view, and is the first to act. Their speed is 25. So let's see.
Where are tokens?
Your tokens should be all up over here.
Yeah, we're not seeing them on the map.
Nope, they're not there.
They're not there? Hold on.
Yes. It says the game is
Oh,
paused.
they're all invisible. Why don't I make them invisible? Alright, I think you can see them now.
Yes.
Sorry, there we go. My
Yes.
bad. Alright, I'm gonna move you down over here, Iionan. Good, okay. This one's gonna come 25 feet. It's 15, get over here. 10, we'll get him over there. And Earl, you can actually see catwalk like 15 feet above you as well. And I say the ceiling's up there, so probably a good 40 feet high. So, this thing is going to go ahead and attack you with its welding torch. I think I forgot to target you. It misses on first attack. So its second attack as a follow-up is immediately going to... Actually, that was ranged. Yeah, that's fine. Its second attack is going to be to slam at you with its, just its other hand. That's like a bit of a pincer claw on there that's kind of used to grab things. That is also a miss. So, I think you all can hear the sounds of like something like this huge flame shoots out, blasts through the air, just gives you a brief flicker of light so you can see things, and then it extinguishes. Then you hear a crunch of something metal against metal, or you dodge out of the way. Up next is the third robot. 20 feet, 25 feet. And I think it's just going to do 2 ranged attacks on you with its welding torch. First one is going to be a...
Ooh, critical miss.
I want to make sure it was visible for a minute. First one's definitely a critical miss. The second one is going to be a... Natural one, 2 critical misses. Earl, despite whatever alcohol is in your blood and having not listened to man, you were holding your own.
Stop that. I'm flammable.
Iionan, in the darkness, you see these dots of flame just light up the hallway very briefly. What would you like to do?
If ammunition wasn't so expensive, I definitely would just start blasting wildly in the dark. However, I would run out of ammunition very quickly. So, is it an action to draw my weapon? Because I would not have drawn a weapon yet.
Okay.
Alright, so I would probably draw a laser pistol. And I need to see. So how do I turn my flashlight on to see?
I could just tell me you want your flashlight on, and I will turn it on
Sure.
for you. So you're going to have to spend another action to draw the flashlight, a third action to turn it on. So that's going to be your entire turn. Drawing your weapon, drawing your flashlight, and you're going to give everyone light. So let me go ahead and add some light onto your... Why don't we do...
Ultimate support class move. Everyone see. And hopefully you guys will sweep the field.
Thank you. Thank you.
This configuration, it should be... I believe your flashlight is 30 feet of bright light. I'm going to double check that real quick.
Yeah, 30 feet illumination from the flashlight that's on my character sheet, the commercial one, yeah.
Great. I want to see if it was like dim light beyond that. So let me check that real quick. Emits light in a 30 foot, and then dim light, then that's 30 feet. So that's going to be an additional.
That's a pretty kick-ass flashlight.
So you light up this area, and you can see kind of dents in the floor, like where Earl was, just from something heavy having slammed into it. It's going to be all 3 of your turns, but you made things a lot easier for 2 of your other companions. It's the 3rd maintenance robot. This comes up here. They all rolled really well on the initiative, I'm sorry. He's going to do 2 slam attacks on you, Earl.
Okay. At least it's not fire.
I am rolling like crap.
I am okay with it.
Yep, crap. That's my... Alright, that's going to be it for the robots. Vibridia.
Is that 4 crit misses
Yep.
in one round? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's quite a few.
Those of you who have never played a game for me just know that my rolls are super springy. I roll like crap a lot, and then all of a sudden I just start quitting out of nowhere. Just so you know.
That happens.
Oh.
All right. Amazing. Vibridia would have definitely pulled her rotolaser over from her shoulder and has it. And now I don't need to turn my flashlight on because I can see. Thank you, my friend. For future reference, I couldn't see at the beginning of initiative, so it wouldn't matter, but I would have been able to do my warning spray at the beginning rolling initiative with my soldier ability. But can't do that now. So what I am going to do is I'm going to step forward in front of ma'am. So that you don't get caught in my auto fire cone on my gun.
Wonderful, but light Earl up.
Yeah. Oh shoot! I thought that was a robot. Sorry. Hold on.
It depends. Do you like Earl? Are you ambivalent? I don't know how you feel about Earl right now. So
he puts his hands and his tail up.
And I thought it was a robot.
I'll turn my flashlight off so we have deniability.
No, okay. In that case, I will just do a normal shot on the robot.
I'm gonna give the robot cover because Earl's like right in front of it. So that's
Totally
gonna be
cool.
lesser cover. Yeah.
Okay, and I have selected the robot as my target.
Yeah, make sure you
Now-
click T or... There you go. I think that was you. That is you. Yep.
Yes, and then I just roll as normal on my character sheet.
Yep. You can roll as normal on your character sheet.
Awesome. My computer is very slow. It's like a 13-inch MacBook from 2016, so bear with me as we get through using Foundry on this computer.
No worries.
Okay, my roto laser. Strike. Roll.
There you go. That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right.
I don't know why I clicked that, ma'am, so I'm going to get rid of that.
Oh, sorry.
Fine.
My bad.
That is it, yeah. That damage kind of... Yeah.
Well,
Unfortunately.
okay, not the best damage, but I believe that because I'm an action hero soldier, they are automatically suppressed when I hit them. Does that sound right?
Let me...
Or do they have to still make the save?
Yeah. Let me... I'm very new to all of these characters as well, so I want to make sure it is primary target, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright,
I'm
let me
also
add
looking it
that
up.
suppressed condition onto him. There we go. Alright.
Yep.
So that's 2 actions.
Hell yeah. They have a -1 to their action. And for my third action, I will. I'm gonna step back once again.
You're going to step back to the elevator that is dangling like above a shaft. You don't know how deep it is. Okay. After Vibridia is all.
All right. Earl was not expecting trouble. Maybe he should have been. So his weapon was not out.
Okay.
So is it too metagamey for me to step instead of stride? Because I know that attacks of opportunity are kind of rare, but
You can do whatever you like. Do whatever you like.
okay.
At the end of the day, this is very much a game we are all playing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tactics is fine.
Right.
Also, Earl is a former soldier or whatever the hell he was. So sure.
Yeah, he was a scout sniper.
Oh.
He's gonna risk it. He's gonna stride.
You can't get the biscuit if you don't risk it.
It's true, and he does like biscuits.
Alright. You quickly stride away.
Yes, he is going to then draw his weapon, and then take one shot at this fella here.
Come. That is a critical hit. That's first critical. You are rolling like fire today.
Nice.
Alright, that's going to do a lot of damage. Go on, rolling critical damage. That did 11. Oh, I rolled like crap on that damage, I think.
I did.
Yeah, you rolled a 1 and a 9. Yeah. It does hurt it.
All right.
You just fire and you line up a shot, aim, pull your trigger, and I think you all can see this robot as just like splits apart into like a husk of a shell that quickly collapses in on itself. So all 3 of your actions, I believe.
Sure is.
As we go to Ma'am.
Alrighty. So let's see. If I remember correctly, Earl was here, and the other maintenance bots looked like they were coming from this direction.
You could probably hear them. They are coming from that direction. They're still chanting this. It has awakened. It is awake. It is awake.
Gotcha.
Amidst like beeps. Yeah.
Earl, you went this way, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you saw him run up that way. Yep.
Okay, so I would say while she does not have her what's it called? Her pistol out. She definitely would have taken her shield out. So that would have been out. So I think what she would do is draw also her flashlight as an action and go in this direction to be like with or behind Earl wherever he is.
Yeah, you'll have to move your token down first because you won't be able to pass through walls.
Right. So if this is no, that collides with the wall. So like
that's
here,
15 feet to
and
get there.
And then where's the? And then my total speed is 25.
Okay.
Is that correct?
You said you drew your flashlight, but you haven't turned it on.
Yep.
Okay.
So I mean, is turning it on and drawing, turning on and drawing it two separate actions?
Yeah. Yeah. I want to make sure. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, she would turn it on. She would go here, and it would be facing in this direction, like towards the towards the robots that are coming.
Oh. All right. So you drew your flashlight. You ran over there for second action. Your third action is going to be.
Well, I would like to see these two. Can I? Is the range of the flashlight far enough that I can get a cone of vision on them?
Are you turning on your flashlight for third light? The flashlight's currently on Iionan. It's not. It's kind of blocked. The light is being blocked by walls right now. So you can wait and see what happens, but you're going to give up that third action.
Is this not a?
You can kind of see a little bit of this one unlocked.
Okay, is there any empty space here? Because it shows there's something here.
Yeah, you can hear the sound. You can hear the sounds of it, but you can't see it.
Okay, then since she has a tiny bit of vision on this one, then she will just kind of point it out and do a get him. So that one is that's creature takes -1 circumstance penalty to AC and reflex saves until the beginning of my next turn.
Okay. Can you click the get him action on your character sheet so I can drag that effect onto the token?
Yep.
Perfect. And so now I can just drag this effect onto the token. Are you activating? No, you're not activating the by example. So.
No, because I don't have any actions to shoot with.
And you see the thing, kind of point, get him. Can you describe how do you use get him? Like, what's it look like when Ma'am does it?
Sure. So basically, she does kind of this little. She does a weirdly fluid combat roll, kind of diving down with her shield up, getting behind getting behind Earl, and she just kind of head on a swivel goes up around, finds a target, and just kind of like points at it completely deadpan, and just goes, that one.
Okay. I think I want to kind of add something. Let me actually add this to text. So you have your shield out. If you like the AC bonus for the shield, you do have to spend
I have to raise it.
Yeah.
That was flavor. It's not raised.
Yeah,
I understand it's not raised.
I wanted to make sure because we're all new to the system.
Yeah.
Okay,
no, I know. It's not raised. That was flavor. She will raise it next turn.
Yeah. Ma'am looks like an absolute badass. So she just kind of sprints around, flash in one hand, ducks behind the shield, just kind of aims the flashlight. It's not turned on. Points at that, and we go to Pawpy.
So I'm going to say that Pawpy does not have a weapon drawn, both because she's a little bit thrown off by this whole situation, but also because she usually doesn't even rely on it. Would you allow me, first of all, I'd like to use my first action to make a recall knowledge check about these types of robots?
Yes. You would need to be able to see them.
Ah, gotcha. First. Okay. Then in that case, Let's see.
You know what? I'll say this. Actually, don't need to move because you did see there's a corpse of one that's right over there. So I think you can kind of see the edge of this one over here.
Yeah.
Can you target that and then use recall knowledge on your basic action macros?
Okay. Boop, and recall knowledge.
I'll just tell you that you rolled a natural one on that. So.
Okay. Then in that case,
I'm gonna say this is what you believe. You have seen these robots before. They're maintenance robots, and you remember watching this movie about this cute little maintenance robot that was abandoned on a junk planet, and you feel like if you just offered a flower that it might shut down. That's what you're thinking.
Okay. Okay.
You don't have a flower, but
I'll think about like, well, I don't have a flower. Okay, well, I guess next best thing. I'm gonna go ahead and then I'm gonna turn to Vibridia and say, I don't know if this is gonna work, but and I'm actually gonna cast shifting surge on your laser cannon. Let's see. I guess I imagine I would target Vibridia and then cast shifting surge, right?
Yeah. I want to see if it actually automatically adds. If not, she can add it herself.
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and hit cast.
And
we'll see. But you see, Vibridia, that your laser, this like rotary laser cannon that you have, suddenly like little like bits of it like sort of like shimmer, and like it's like a different version of this gun from some other like other like parallel universe from our own, and you see that it's crackling with electrical energy. It'll deal an additional. Let's see. The next strike the weapon makes will deal an additional electricity damage. Let's see.
So it's gonna do 1d6 electricity and 1d6 fire because it does 1d6 damage. So yeah, so it's basically 2d6 damage on that gun now, or whatever. It's whatever your original damage was 1d8.
Yeah, 1d8.
And then additional 1d6 of electricity. 1d8 electricity and 1d6 fire. That's what I would do.
Yes.
Okay. A lot of numbers.
That would be my turn.
Alright. That'll be your turn. This maintenance robot is going to immediately whirl up here. I mean, it's going after... Actually, you know what? It's going to stay back here for a second. And it's going to fire another blast of fire at Earl, with its range struck first. Critical misses continue, and then it's going to come up. You all see this robot, like, in the light of a flashlight, you see this, like, robot on this tank chats, like a laser, like a welding laser in one hand, his claw in the other, just sort of, like, roll right past you. And it's going to come up here, and it's going to do another attack on you, Earl.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how it works for me.
He's a small target.
Small target. You're 35 feet out of range of the laser, so it's going to spend 25 feet to get here. It's going to target you. It's going to do 2 laser strikes, welding torch strikes, I should say.
This again.
There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Yikes.
Oh, you take... It's not a lot of damage, but you take 8 points of fire damage. You all smell the stench. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You are level 1, so that was kind of a lot. You all smell the stench of burnt fur as this welding torch just blasting hits Earl square in the chest. That's all 3 of its actions. I mean...
Alright. Am I within 30 feet of Earl? Because I've got that thing of like, I kind of, now we spent some time together, I've got like a sense of where they are. I would love to transfer him some vitality as an action after that big hit.
Absolutely. How much would you like to transfer to him? I think you can click that button. Just bonded creature. Yeah.
Oh, that I can
Within
see. I have to be
60
able to see
feet.
him. All right.
That you can see. Yeah.
And there's a scary all right, there's a scary robot in front of me though. Is there a penalty for shooting in melee in this game?
No.
All right.
The only penalty is if someone has like a reaction strike, they can make an attack of opportunity on you. If they have it, it's rare in this game.
All right. I'm pretty sure if I move to the end of the hallway here, I'll be able to see Earl. That's my job as the healer. So I will also have to risk it for the biscuit. Move
Hell
over
yeah.
here.
Absolutely.
And then I'm going to target Earl with that transfer vitality. I've got a pool of, oh, it's over on this sheet. There it is, infusion.
Yeah. So Vital Infusion is a spell, so you don't need to cast
Oh,
that.
right, sorry. Let's see. It was something else. Let's see.
Let's give you that back. I'm gonna give you that spell slot back, actually. The focus spell back. There we go. Yeah, it's just, I believe the pool is 10. Is that what it is?
Yes, then I get 6 back.
Yeah, 10.
At the start of my next
turn. You can
turn.
transfer as many as you want.
I'll transfer 8, so I'll just bring him back up.
Okay. And then I'll probably need you to keep track because it's not automating the system. Like what your current pool is.
Sure, I am currently at 2 of max 10 plus 6 per turn. So move action, heal action, and then I'm going to take a shot at this guy.
Let's go ahead and target him. I think you've got him targeted.
Let's see. It's always the fun part of... Oh, there's the wrong thing.
I think you clicked the wrong thing. So on your actions, let me make sure you have ammo. On your
also, be sure you're targeting the one that I focused you on.
Yeah. On your character sheet, like the second one kind of looks like a little action symbol, like an arrow or like a diamond. You should see something that says struck +5.
There it is. Yeah. All right. All right. Targeting that one. There we go.
That is a miss, unfortunately. You don't have to keep track of your ammo. The system's automatically can count it for you, so you don't have to do that busy work. But be all three of you quickly. What does it look like when you do this transfer of vitality?
I think honestly, it's like I throw like a container vial that kind of like smashes on your face, and then like you breathe in this like regenerative mixture that at first you're like, what was that? It's like actually kind of makes you feel better, like it heals your wounds a little bit. Yeah, it's like I threw a smoke bomb, like a little like smoke bomb, like cherry bomb, like in your face, but it actually helps. So
can I ask, does it smell like anything? You're the one that brought up the smoke bomb, so I want to know.
That's fair. We'll call this one lavender. That's nice and calming.
Lavender. Yes. Good.
How nice.
I feel very calm all of a sudden.
For a split second, it looks like Charlotte's background is like very like a pink purple hue. It's like nice and calming. I feel better. I'm ready to fight some more.
Nice. All right, Vibridia, you're up next.
Amazing. Okay, this little thing is a robot. It's not one of my allies, correct?
This one right there. No.
Okay.
Absolutely shoot it if you want.
All right. I swear. Let me move.
Could probably hit it from there without needing to move.
Yeah, yeah. Let's hit it. All right, let's select the target. As I just my super powered roto laser now.
Yeah. Thinker
Crackling with
action.
energy. Once again, slow computer. Okay, there we go. We're rolling.
Oh, you just like
Critical
shot
hit?
it. It was just not even autofire, just a regular shot. Is that what you wanted to do?
Yes, just a direct
Okay.
shot.
That was a critical hit. So go ahead and hit the critical button on that shot. So,
Yeah.
didn't need to roll an extra 20. Rolled an 18. Yep.
Okay, so it's whoa. Okay, how do I add?
So when you click the critical button, it might have a pop-up that pops up, I think.
It does 1d6 fire, right?
Yes. So on add, like there should be like a little slot for you to also add another 1d6 fire.
Okay, I think
And then with
I
the
have done this
D8 of electricity, right?
Yeah, we'll see if it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
The original one turns into electricity, and it also shoots fire. So that is going to be 20 points of damage.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Nice.
literally blow it up.
Yeah.
Blow it up.
Poppy's like filming you on her phone and just giving you a big thumbs up from behind. You look great.
I
Poppy
just
Poppy
turned
has
the
like one of
camera
those
on.
things attached, like a GoPro attached to them
Oh,
or
yes.
something. Just get the hands free.
Can we get a like spike for the destruction of this robot?
So here's
It's
interesting.
Pawpy live streaming this.
Here's the
Oh,
interesting
yes.
thing. As you are live streaming this, you realize you don't have a connection.
Oh
You
no!
are there's
no.
no
We have a
connection down
recording
here.
going.
You're
You have a
saying,
recording.
you're saying no one can see me
Record,
this
no connection.
badass.
Alright. Couple of
I'll
things.
post it
So
later.
the first 1d8 was electric damage.
Mhm.
Robots have a weakness to electricity, so it's going to do a little extra damage. That's actually going to do what's its weakness? It's just I think this one is just a weakness 1. Let me double check. It is weakness 1, so it actually does 21 points of damage. That is more than enough to just absolutely obliterate this thing with your first shot.
Mm-hmm. I am just like, yes, the power, the power. As I am now going to move,
Oh.
I'm gonna just pop around this corner here. Hold on.
I think you have the ruler selected.
But I thought I could command click and spacebar.
Yeah. It's not
If you
working
just
super
hit
well.
spacebar at the end of your measure, it should move your token, as long as you
Okay.
don't collide with a wall.
No. Well,
No, it's not working.
Yeah, it doesn't always work on anything with Starfinder because again it's a playtest, so they've broken a few things.
Okay.
So
so I can just do a normal.
yeah, on the left side you want the one that looks like a box, which is 2 above the
Yes.
ruler. And just
Beautiful.
check your token down.
We'll go. I will stand in the space, or I've just destroyed it.
Yeah. You hear the crunch of metal under your feet as you just squash it down into like nice flattened
Yes.
plates. So you're
Uh,
rotating your token.
Whoop. I don't know how I'm doing that.
Excuse me. Yeah, that's
I
fine.
was trying to
If you're
zoom in
on
on
a
the
Mac,
map.
Macs are weird. I'll rotate it back. There we go.
Thank you.
360 no scope.
I just spin around in a circle. That's my victory dance. After I've killed an enemy, I spin around.
Is that the equivalent of the Call of Duty teabagging?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yes. It's a traditional Vesk battle dance.
Just emoting on the corpse.
Yeah.
You have one
I
more
praise
action,
the
I believe.
sun. Yeah.
Exactly.
And Vibridia, you have one more action?
I have one more action. There is a little robot right next to me. I'll shoot it again.
Okay.
I will. I don't mind taking a penalty.
Does your gun have,
I'm riding high on this
there's no penalty.
critical success.
There won't be a penalty.
Oh, there's no penalties?
No. Your gun does not have the volley trait, which would have given me the penalty. So.
Oh, wow. This really, everything's coming up for Vibridia right now.
That is you forgot to target, but the 15 is I think you forgot to target, and you also clicked the same strike +5. We need to click the other one because of the map penalty.
Gotcha. Let me do that again.
Okay. Let me delete this. Target, and
Okay, they are now targeted.
the robot. You have the robot target now. And then on your character sheet, rotor you see strike +6. The right next to it, you see a +1, not +5. So that's your second strike.
Yes. Okay, beautiful.
That is a miss. Okay.
No, well, the epic highs and lows of Starfinder. What can I say?
Earl, it's up to you.
Okay. Unfortunately, Earl's gun does have the volley trait. So if I'm within 30 feet, I take the -2 penalty. But I have a handy ability called mobile reload, which allows me to reload and step or stride. So I would like to use mobile reload.
Okay.
I'll link it to the chat so you can read it.
Thank you.
So he's going to stride, and as he strides, he will reload. I'm trying to decide which direction to go. I guess either way, it would be an obstructed shot. So he's going to move back.
Let me put a little less cover.
And then he's going to shoot.
Okay.
Do I want to do... Nah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, he's just going to strike.
That is a hit.
Nice.
Right. I want to make sure that this thing is populating, actually. Allies gain a bonus to damage against them. Okay. That's 6. Let's see if it automatically does it. So it's 6 points of damage as you fire off another shot. So it's going to be, I think your Gideon does another 1 point of damage to them. Because of Gideon.
It just says circumstance penalty. It doesn't say anything about extra damage.
On Gideon?
I did not.
Oh,
I didn't lead
that's
by
the lead by example, which you haven't activated.
I didn't. No, I haven't done that yet.
Let's check. Alright, I need to check something because I think that. Oh, AC 14. I'll double check and make sure. Yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure that the AC was populating because that would have changed whether Vibridia hit or not because she only missed by 1. So, alright, it was populating. Alright.
That's 2 actions. His final action will be to reload again.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it should be. Alright. That's 2 actions for you, I believe. You got one more?
Yeah, he's going to use his final action to reload again.
Okay.
So he's ready for next round.
Got it. Ma'am.
Alrighty. It is not possible to draw and shoot as the same action, correct? You have to You have to draw as an
a
action,
feat
then
for that.
shoot as an action.
Correct.
Okay.
There's a feat for that I think you
Yep.
might be able to take later. But
Yep. No, that's fine. So what she would do is, so first off, raise her shield to get the little AC bonus, and then once again, get him onto the boy here. She actually kind of like gets behind the shield, hunkers a bit low, and just says, "Keep it up, dearies. We're doing great." And then, so she is then going to target him. And I know you can strike with the shield, but this is going to be an unarmed strike. But for flavor, she's just gonna like smash into it with her phase shield. But this is I'm doing it as an unarmed strike.
I believe that'll trigger your lead by example.
Yes, that is the purpose of that. So
for flavor, sling shield.
And then let's see how we do. Hey, that's not bad.
It's a hit.
Yep. So she cracks into him with the shield just enough to like knock a couple screws loose, stagger it back a bit. Not doing a lot of damage.
Oh, that's 5 damage. Leap by example +3 is great. You bring a shield and you just slam it, and you all hear the sound of it crunching up against the wall, just being smushed, as this old geriatric woman with a surprising amount of strength absolutely demolishes what's left of this thing. And I think with that, we'll end this encounter.
Wonderful.
We made it.
Not bad.
He's like leaning out from the damaged elevator. Like, is it dead?
Is anyone?
It was never
low
alive.
missing HP. Yeah. Are we all good on HP wise?
Yeah, I think Earl's the only one who got hit.
Yeah,
Sure.
I feel
And you-
great.
I
That was a
feel
lot of
okay.
fun. I enjoyed that.
I
was
prefer not
fun.
to get up close.
Robot wise, is there any kind of like scavenging we can do off of these? They didn't seem too well built. Maybe they're left behind, but maybe is there anything left behind on them?
They're kind of robots. I think if you want to, you might be able to kind of like fiddle with the computer, see if there's any knowledge or anything on them. If you wanted to, you can make a computer's check for that.
That won't be me. I got a +0.
That
for
won't be
Never
on
mind.
I have a
It's still roll.
+7. I
Doesn't
have a
hurt.
+7 to computers. I'll absolutely like see if I can hack into them, and like definitely looking more about this whole like it's awake business.
Sure.
I'll make a computers check. Let's see.
On a 14, you kind of get down, you pull out like one of the circuit boards, quickly attach it to your own data pad, start typing away, seeing if you can like figure out what it is. You walk back through the code, and it's just multiple lines of "it is awake, it is awake, it is awake, it is awake, it is awake," in like whatever programming language you use, and you try to like cross-reference that to see if there's anything pops up. Nothing pops out until you get the idea to think about time. And you were like on your camera, and you were watching on your little comms unit, you're watching it, and any little data pad always has a little time up there. At the exact point the elevator stopped and started glitching is when those things started repeating over and over. It is awake. It is awake. It is awake. You cannot find anything else interesting about that, any other sort of link.
I will relay that to my party. Okay, so it looks like these guys were kind of just doing their thing, but then around the same time that the elevator went all weird and we got all that weird vision was about when they started, I guess, going into a techno death cult.
Oh, wait, you guys had that weird vision too? We didn't really talk about it.
I thought I hallucinated that.
I thought I hallucinated that as well.
I thought that was because of the free water, but if we all experienced it, then maybe it's all drinks from that same bar, or there's something worse at foot. I don't know which.
Well,
I don't know what
I
we
didn't
want to
Well,
do.
have a drink at the
ma'am.
bar, and neither did ma'am. So
I saw
Okay,
it.
all right.
I saw it too.
So it's awake is a tentacle monster.
yeah,
Mm,
maybe.
I don't like the sound of that very much.
it's not the worst thing we've encountered. Sorry, not us. I mean, just in general. There's other weird things out there.
Well,
I'm scared to peek around the next corner because the last time I did that, I was attacked.
Well, what are the chances it'll happen twice?
I can take this one. You take a back seat, Earl.
Okay.
How, location-wise, we were going to like the docking port for that
Yeah.
ship, and that's definitely not where we are. We got off on the elevator, went into free fall. We got off of it now, and
Oh,
then we
yeah,
started
where
getting
are
back to the
we?
robot. Yeah,
That's a
so,
good point. We don't know what
Yeah.
floor we're on.
yeah. I
We have-
advise not that elevator, but how can I try to get a sense of our direction?
Sure. Why
Or,
don't
like,
you
where
make
we are.
a recall knowledge check?
Sure.
That'll be in the basic achievement macros.
Do we have any connection to the infosphere?
No.
Ooh, darn.
So do you guys think that this is like happening just here, or is this maybe like a system, like a station-wide thing?
I don't think there's a way for us to tell.
We did get an emergency alert, so it
Yeah.
might be all of Absalom Station.
Yeah, but who knows with weird eldritch outer god vision things? That also could have been part of the hallucination. We shouldn't take anything as granted.
No name. Wait, I keep mispronouncing the name. Iionan. Is that how I say it? Iionan?
Oh, it's two eyes, so it's like Ionian.
Iionan.
Yeah.
Iionan. Iionan. Thank you. Iionan. You try to recall knowledge of the stuff that you studied when you were studying to become a doctor. Nothing really kind of jumps out to you and that kind of thing. You go back, rolling through your years of knowledge, the time you spent on Absalom Station, you recall maybe some fairly credible articles that you might have read about a place called the Ghost Levels. The Ghost Levels are this liminal space that has gateways that pop open in neighborhoods around most of the slums or around high magical area neighborhoods. And they are part of what is assumed to be a pocket dimension that mirrors whatever neighborhood it connects to, filled with dangers like psychic moles, trapped ghosts, oozes, and dimension-hopping monsters. Access points to the ghost levels kind of appear through after energy surges or outages that affect the Starstone and coincide with other strange phenomena on Absalom Station.
So I don't have good news, gang. We might be in a pocket dimension.
Oh, okay.
Pawpy, you should be familiar with that.
I mean, can I recall knowledge? I am a multi-dimensional being.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll recall knowledge.
Let's see.
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my video's frozen. I might have to refresh.
Okay. That's fine.
Okie dokie.
It's not letting me recall knowledge because it's not.
It is. I saw it. It was blind.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
Weird. It's not popping up for me.
So let me look at the first one you hold instead of the second.
Yes,
The
sorry.
second one was bad. The first one was very good.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
On your data pad, you probably have hearing about these ghost levels, you probably have like a history that's sort of just like web pages that have been archived, things that are kind of interesting to you.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to do like a video presentation or something. You find that there was an Infosphere site that was dedicated to what sounds like the impending birth of a new outer god.
Oh.
And you find information that kind of ties it to a cult that believes a location on Octurn, known as the Gravid Mound, is a holy site where an unborn outer god incubates, waiting to be born. And you kind of like think back and you recall that street preacher sign, and you remember seeing some occult symbols on the sign, including an occult symbol for the planet Octurn. But what is more concerning to you is that you were looking into us because it was a cult. Everyone loves cult documentaries, and so you were definitely watching those cult docs.
Mm-hmm.
But something like that there was some hypothesis that something like that might trigger surge and unexplained phenomena such as entryways into liminal spaces or other pocket dimensions.
Okay, so I used to at one point had to deal with this stalker guy who was like he was kind of obsessed with me, not because of like fashion or anything like that, but just because he thought that I was like gonna end up connected to this like Octurnian like eldritch god that has to do with some of this stuff because of the whole multidimensional thing. And I managed to get a restraining order on him, but as far as I did look into like the eldritch god, and I think it's maybe here, and I think that it being here is probably why all of this stuff is happening. And there is there is like I guess a part on Absalom Station that was actually dedicated to researching it. So maybe if we go there and we figure out what's going on there, we can get back to not liminal space levels.
Well, it turns out your stalker might have been right, Pawpy.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. Well, I was about to say I'm glad that I didn't have anything to do with it, but I guess that I kind of did. Or at the very least, I'm here, which I'm not pleased about at the moment.
Hmm.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm not pleased either.
Nor am I.
I'm glad to be with you guys, though. You guys are great.
Iona just texts the group chat, just putting an F in the chat upon all this information, just like it's over.
Why are you texting us? We're right here.
We're right here, dude.
Earl
Your
responds
texts
with an
don't go
eggplant
through.
emoji, and then oops, sorry, wrong chat.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You have all that information. I would say, when you were up to like the northeast down the corridor, you did see like a door over there. I just want to make sure you clock that. Was
Okay.
done over there. But you do see a hallway that leads to the southwest, but whatever you want to do now is entirely up to you.
You should at least go take a peek. Not going to get anywhere just standing here.
All right, what is the ideal pro strats? What is the ideal like walking formation for our group? Like, let's figure that out, and then we'll just march down the hallway.
I'm pretty squishy, but have some decent, like a pretty good amount of like ranged stuff. So I'm okay being in the back of things.
Earl's fine, like scouting ahead and stuff, but he's a sniper, so he needs to be further away to shoot. But he can stealth. Operatives are sort of like rogues.
So I'm gonna mention this. Person with the highest armor class right now is Earl.
Oh. So I will go up front. That's fine.
So person with
As
the
long
highest
as you're
armor
okay with
class
me
is
running away
Earl,
before I shoot.
But Vibridia has more hit points than anyone else by a pretty significant margin. So,
Big. Hey, if people want me to go in front, I can go in front. We'll give you a break, Earl, and
Yeah.
next time you can get it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just be careful, and maybe we keep an eye out for like any type of like local information terminal. Maybe we can get a map of this place or something like that off of like the local data.
Mm.
And then yeah, we can find our way to this cursed tech cult information center and figure out if an apocalypse is happening or not.
Perfect. Well, careful is my middle name.
Speaking of careful, watch where you're walking. I think that Big Mac box is what tripped me up the last time.
All right. Yeah. I'll press on ahead. Check out that
Or-
door.
Or we'll tell everybody that there was a door up here.
heading up to
All
Northeast
right.
Road. Feel free to move your token. I'll ask you this before you start moving. Are you being stealthy or not?
I would
am
think so.
Yes.
stealth.
Okay.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
If you're
Earl's
all being
default is
stealthy,
stealthy.
what I would need you all to do is in your basic action macros, look for one that says sneak and click that. It's going to be blind, so you're not going to see the results. And I'm going to write them down so I have them.
Mystery rolls.
Alright, let's see.
Ah.
First one. Got it. Alright, thank you. You all head down the hallway trying to, like, not step on any of these empty fast food wrappers. This trash is sort of like littering around the place. These maintenance robots have not done a very good job of keeping this place clean. So, Vibridia,
And
if you
it's
want to
to
go ahead and
the
move your tokens to
north.
the front. Northeast, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to move you, or...
I'm just figuring out where I can go. If I'm going to be in the front, I'm rotating again. How am I doing that? I don't understand.
It's
I
the
don't
mouse. It's
understand.
like... Online.
Can we have equipment drawn now?
Absolutely. If you want to have your equipment on, absolutely.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll have the. I think I've kept out my flashlight on as well as like my laser pistol.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright. Vibridia, if you just want to show me where you move, I can move you without, or you can do it yourself, yeah. You can also just use the arrow keys on your keyboard to move if you'd like.
Yes.
There's a door. You can free to click on the door button to open it if you wanted to.
Oh, how cool.
Oh.
That's very.
Sorry, I've
cool.
used like Foundry once before. So this is all exciting and new.
It's a great virtual tabletop. My favorite, by far. Feel free to move in. I think, well, let me say this. You can actually hear the sounds and vibrations of crowd talking inside that room. Maybe crowd just kind of talking and milling around. It sound like more humanoid voices.
Okay.
They're not quite audible enough for you to understand what they're saying. It's like a very low murmur.
we can hear that on the other side of the door.
Yeah, on the other side of the door in that room.
Do they sound? Does it sound like a living creature, or is it more mechanical?
Living creatures. Just very,
And
very
they didn't-
soft and low and murmuring.
Gotcha. And so they didn't react to the door opening. So
They didn't.
clearly they're not within at least earshot of the door. So presumably we could peek in.
Yeah,
Free to move in if you would like to.
I can peek.
I'm keeping your stealth checks. So.
I'll even peek right here.
Alright. I'll pause it.
I'm right
So no one
behind
else
you.
can move right now. You breathe in, as you kind of like move into, kind of like peek into this room, you see what looks to be a wide corridor that has the atmosphere of a crowded outer train platform. The sounds and vibrations of a crowd talking and milling around fill the chamber, even though the area is completely deserted.
Ghosts.
You do see, however, 2 hollow screens projected on the side of the wall, where you can see just what looks to be some recordings of some commercials playing that look to have like several people talking to each other, advertising things. That's probably what you heard.
Oh, not ghosts. No.
If I see the computer screens, I'll go ahead and walk up and see if I can see if I can pull any local data, any type of map of where we are off these terminals.
Yeah, go ahead and move yourself into the room. You should see 2 computers over there, and you can move yourself over there if you like.
Yeah.
With most of our group in that room,
There's not a computer up there. They're probably down to the south.
Oh, this right here.
But
I'll just be keeping an eye down the hallway so we don't get rolled up on.
as you kind of move over to this computer, you see on the left side where there's projecting screens are kind of like plastered over the room. These are hard light projectors. They're playing.
Is it an enclosed room?
What? I'm sorry. What?
Is this an enclosed room? Are there other entrances?
It is an enclosed room. There is a door all the way to the south as well. Southwest, okay. I guess I would say. Right. The hard light projectors are playing like kind of distracting ads. You see one of them is kind of letting out these sparks. And then the hard light projector kind of like unfolds itself almost like a 3D. Like if you ever saw like Back to the Future Part 2 when like that Jaws comes out. It's sort of like that, the 3D ad of these two creatures that just sort of come out. It's like, buy Choco Crisp! And he starts going into this big, long speech about buying Choco Crisp. And the other one's like, no, buy, what is it? Buy Thirst Quencher Supreme! Now in neon colors! And they're just like kind of chatting, then they kind of like stop and turn to each other. And you see these 2 like projections kind of turn and look at you all says, do you think they look thirsty? Nah, they look hungry. Thirsty, hungry, thirsty, hungry. And then you see these things just kind of, they don't kiss. Well, actually, instead of kissing, they kind of open their jaws. You see these rows of razor teeth, and they immediately begin flying towards Pawpy.
Okay. I was hungry, but not anymore.
Oh my!
Hold on, let me put these things up on here because I think they're cute.
Aww.
Oh my!
It is kind of cute.
Okay, it's adorable.
So you sort of like 2 little creatures just kind of pop and begin flying towards Pawpy like the teeth bared and just flying and wings flapping around. I think that is where we are going to end our session for today, as it's currently 9:40. So,
the drum.
Thank you for your fun drum. Love what you said. The drum, boom, boom.
Yeah, the drama.
Drama. All right.
Can I add in that as they are lunging towards me, Pawpy is like cowering. He's like, at least sponsor me first.
Yeah, they both have these ill-fitting T-shirts. One says Choco Crisp, one is Thirst Quencher Supreme, I guess. So, coming up with weird sci-fi, dystopian capitalist names are fun. Alright, so that's where we're in for this week. We'll see you all here next week. So for those of you that just joined us in chat, thank you. Hope to see you again next week. So we'll give everyone in chat a quick wave. Bye, chat. Thank you.